at the same time, I do need to. I'm gonna address something very quick.
Go ahead.
Because
I'm already done.
We're running low on time over here.
Yeah.
But
I only got one thing to say after all this, by the way. Got like one little bit of news to drop after we're done.
Okay, no. No.
I'm sorry. You just reached this point where you're like, ugh, fucking done.
No, like, I was going to fucking say, legacy media is trying like crazy to hang on to whatever they can in order to stay relevant and in order to stay on. Whereas new media, like internet, like streaming services and internet platforms like YouTube are basically holding a stranglehold in the market.
Stab them.
And that just goes to show exactly what the fuck is happening next. What more could these media like companies possibly fucking do to try to keep themselves at the forefront? And apparently that leads to Netflix, which is a video streaming service, wanting to get into the video games business.
Oh boy!
I don't know how to feel.
Fuck. No.
Well, thankfully, my friend Joe here gave me a nice little bit of information to work with. Because I gotta be honest with you, I don't know how to feel about this. So, it is no secret that Netflix has been consuming the streaming market for a while, especially competing with Disney+. But a new report suggests that it wants to get into the video game industry as well. Now, this is just a report that we received, so please be aware we're just... Money, dear boy. Money, dear boy. Dinero.
All right.
Oh,
Please keep going before
the
Juan
report
breaks
cites that
himself.
people familiar with the situation reveals that Netflix has been approaching key figures and industry veterans in the game industry to recruit an executive to oversee an expansion into video games. The suggested approach seems to be the Apple Arcade business model, which allows consumers to pay a fixed fee to access and stream a number of games via the service. I believe we have something similar to that. What was it called again? GameSpot, Game something?
It's something
There
similar.
was a service similar to that.
yeah,
a few
no,
years
there was
ago.
a fucking
Yeah,
online
yeah.
service, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And didn't Netflix fucking absorb them?
Yeah, I consumed them. Maybe they're trying to bring it back. Now, it is reported, apparently it hasn't been yet decided if Netflix will look to develop the games themselves or they'll just be paying for them. But, however, it's been reported that confirmed internally that these games will not include any advertisement. Apparently, they started hosting a panel about this kind of thing all the way back in 2019, but only...
Gamefly was the fucking name.
That's
Sorry
the
about that.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah, for a goddamn good reason, because Steam existed and it fucking... Steam is the Netflix of video game providers. They just devoured everything inside.
And now you can find Lawbreakers on Steam.
It's evolution taking its course.
It's evolution. Don't feel bad. It's only nature taking its course. But your memes are going to play games with me.
Oh my goodness.
No, but now, that being said, this is all the information we got here. So we don't know if Netflix wants to make games or if they're simply going to foot the bill. The second one seems like a best option because they're not going to interfere in the creative process. But I honestly don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to revive Gamefly?
Well, here's the thing. I want to bring an example, because, and this is...
Gamefly's still around. That's the problem.
All right,
How
guys.
the fuck?
I actually have a good example. and
Please.
all right. And it's to divulge a little bit of a personal life. I actually sat down with my nephew, Juan's son, and we actually watched a Netflix show of Minecraft, and apparently it's an interactive video game. I don't know, like...
Was that called Minecraft Story Mode by any chance?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's like their one of their beta phases to see if they
I
can
think
produce
so.
interactive video games.
Because I recall that one had like a bunch of YouTubers as guest stars. It was just kind of a
No,
goddamn
It was
mess.
kind of weird, man.
But yeah,
No.
the way I see it here, best case scenario, they simply
No.
pay for them. You know, they give you the money, you develop the game, you commercialize it. Worst case scenario, we're gonna get Gamefly 2.0. And as we have seen before, trying to compete with Steam in that department is
No.
an ill-advised venture, if you want to call it that.
No.
See, I want to agree with you, but at the same time, unlike AT&T, never underestimate Netflix's ability to take risks.
Honestly, I can't. Considering that they were born from a risk, it makes sense that they'd be willing to jump into the gun on this one. But
Yeah, they're gonna take this risk.
I am
regardless.
I am gonna remain neutral on this one until I know more information because right now we only have
No.
one report.
Hang on a minute, Juancho.
Now, Juan
No.
clearly seems to disagree with me on this one, so please elaborate on why you think this might not be a good idea, Mr. Arauz.
No.
No, seriously, I need more words. This is not the Onision. Don't do that to me. I need explanations.
No, what the fuck, Netflix?
Mr. Juan, the burden of proof is on you. Please let us know in exact words why do you think this is a bad idea.
Without interruption?
Yeah, sure, you got like 2 minutes. I gotta say something else after this, though.
The problem here is that Netflix doesn't know for the first fucking thing about the video game business. Even if they get the best fucking executive that they possibly can, having an executive doesn't mean that you're gonna be good at running video games.
That is
or
true.
creating them, or properly marketing them, or properly working with artists and engineers in order to produce them for you. Just because, like, okay, literally. One lesson is that like one of the earliest mergers of corporations was like an executive from the Coca-Cola company working in with guess fucking who?
Whomst?
Warner Brothers Pictures.
How did that go?
It went terrible. The only thing the person fucking knew was like, oh hey, the marketing department says people like this. Let's make this.
Oh God.
No.
Yeah, it turns out listening to the HR department, to the marketing all the time for everything might not be the smartest idea. Now,
the modern day equivalent is listening to Twitter and thinking that it's real people.
Allow me to offer you a counterpoint. What if the only thing they do is fund the project and nothing else? What if they literally just go, here is big blank paycheck, develop game studio?
I doubt it.
Can you imagine a world where you turn on a video game and the first thing you see is
That's gonna be weird. And like I said, they're not gonna stop there. They're gonna go nosediving right into this venture.
I wanna see how this goes, because if this turns good, hey, competition creates improvement. If this turns bad, I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm expecting it. I'm being cautiously optimistic, but I think I'm leaning more towards the bad side. I think it's gonna flop because this is outside of their element. This is outside of what they're good at.